We all have regret. Sometimes we stand by when really we need to do something. Sometimes words that need to be said are never uttered. Sometimes you lose people because of these reasons. People who mean the world to us. People we would die for turn into people who wish we were dead. Unlike video games, there is no quick save function. All you can do is keep your head held high and learn from your mistakes. Become a better, stronger individual through sheer will and determination. If you can learn to live with failure, you'll become successful. You'll outlive your opponents and a beacon of light will shine down upon you in your moment of victory. Where am I going with this? Stay tuned for episode 5 of Can I Erase Every Faction from Kenshi Using My Army? Where were we? Well, we're in the middle of nowhere, following a pack of nomadic traders to who knows where, getting a decent feel for what it's like to be unimportant. After the last battle, we were at the disadvantage. Unlike the last duck I took from the park, we were in a group so we would be safe. We followed in behind the traders, close enough to feel the warmth off their bodies. Being in a group was reminding me of how sad I was on the inside, so we split off and headed down the yellow brick road. And just like in Jurassic Park, the part where the zebras and jetpacks kill Nemo, we were caught in the middle of the circle, and everybody, let me tell you, this ain't no amateur's game of soggy biscuit. No sir, there were dogs in this one. I didn't want to take the chance of having a lawsuit on my hands, so we ran away, but somebody, sweet little Logan, convinced his classmates to act out. They will be punished for this, but for now, we've got to show these boner dogs to stop being mean. Phil got his rim licked clean and Shredder Cheese with a Z committed child abuse. We stuffed our pockets full of dog meat because we aren't racist, and I stopped Logan from wandering by issuing a command to roll out. But in the Wasteland's never-ending reign of incidental madness, ever more dickbags joined the party. Some warriors of the Holy Nation. More like holy pain in my ass. Have I made that joke before? They didn't like that we had Zim on our side, and rightly so. Zim is a regular hard ass. Still, we ran, and Phil ran like he was a fart in the wind. They hated him just a little bit and went after Sandy, of all people. But who cares about her? What's going on elsewhere? It appeared they had swords that were extra hardy, downing all of us in a matter of milliseconds. I sent Shredder to hide under a coral bush thing while everybody took a long nap in the sand. Some time goes by and we find ourselves hidden under a rock about 6 miles away. And before you ask, yes, everything is okay, I guess. Which is exactly how I would respond in real life, but the truth is, everything is not okay. Most of us are still recovering from the gaping we took earlier, and we have to sneak to keep our presence to a minimum. Still, we're alive, but is that really such a good thing? I can't tell you how long we sat under that rock, depleting our food supplies, waiting for the chance to move out, just to have some group of underdeveloped savages walk the path of escape. Once we got the chance, though, we evacuated like grandma's bowels, making haste and leaving nothing but a dust cloud behind us. Well, here we are. Where, you ask? Of course. What happened? Where's Sandy? Where's Zim? You ask too many questions. For one, Sandy and Zim ran away to a farm where they can be with other Sandys and Zims. No, they didn't get molested on the way to this town we're in, they just wanted another life. Sadly, my hard drive was visited by the evil search wizard of deletion, so I didn't get any footage of them leaving. You'll just have to take my word for it. You can trust me. Anyways, we finally found a new home. We have a sizable fortune now, 44,000 cats. And what are we gonna do with it? Well, the plan is to build an army, remember? But we'll get to that. One big problem we're facing is Spade is in Big Girl Jail. Don't ask why. I'm sure the evil search wizard of deletion wouldn't mind telling you. Phil laughed in her face just before training on the person who isn't a real person. Back in the bar, a homeless man would ask for 6,000 cats, to join our merry little legion. We turned him down and wait, I just thought about something. If I give him the money and he joins us, why don't we get the money back? Best not to think about it, I ain't too good at that. Medic dropped a burrito on the dog, and Spade got enslaved. Attacking the slavers would surely mean encampment in their otherwise shoddy establishment. So we will prepare for the playdate with the slavers. I remembered something about slaves. If you buy them, there's a chance they'll stick around and join your crew. So I bought their freedom, and a couple actually stuck. Just one actually. His name was Starving Vagrant. To show he's truly a free man, I released him from his shackles and put him back in his cage so he couldn't run away. We went to pull some metal off the metal in the desert and came across some slave hunters knocked out in the sand. We gave them a taste of their own medicine by turning them into the slave shop. Any downed contestants in the slave shop will be automatically converted. In other words, they got what was coming to them. Some manhunters, another form of slaver, got mad at us for wearing their faction's armor, so guess what we did? Anyways, we were mining, and got attacked by the weird pink things. Binyat, our newest recruit, lost his leg and followed it downhill. A few hours later and we find ourselves with Spade. She's fingering her lock, but just can't bust out. Her skill isn't high enough. Her roommate is begging for her to be bust out first, so Spade obliges her. Spade carefully manned the lock with her nimble fingers, scraping the inside pins with such delicacy that even a caterpillar wouldn't notice. This left the other prisoner confused. She kept saying things like, "Great, now my shackles," when the lock on the cage hasn't even been sprung yet. Spade eventually got it and moved on to the feet, easily breaking the shackles in her first few attempts. Unfortunately, this didn't grant her enough skill to pick her own lock, so for tonight, she remains a prisoner. Back to the main story now. We finished construction on yet another house, and we split off into two groups. Rangers Legion will train specifically for archery, while Heroes Guild will train on melee combat. Before the new Rangers are to use their weapons, Sensei Logan commanded that Ava carry him, while Shavid Dade carries Binyat, who happens to be crippled, I know, a great omen, across 1,000,000 miles of desert, and when they are done, 1,000,000 miles more. Then they will be fast enough to keep up with him. They did this while our Heroes Guild absolutely shredded the copper deposits with their picks. Suddenly, alarm is raised. Starving Viagrant is being attacked? Since when do we judge people based on the content of their character? He dropped everything he had and bolted into a cage because he was willing to accept the consequences of his misdeed. Unfortunately, the globdarn slavers were in town. I really disliked those guys. Orin made an attempt to rescue Starving Vagrant from becoming a slave again, seeing as how I just saved him from it, and it was a huge success. We got home with the kinds of scrapes and bruises a Minecraft YouTuber would be attracted to, and now all we had to do was wait out the search. In this short amount of time, some thugs wanting to throw it back nasty style showed up threatening us with a good time. Told us we were harboring natives, whatever that means. I sent Hep as a diversion, but that didn't work out amazingly. They went forward after us, but seemed not to know who the enemy was, which I found hilarious. It only got funnier when the manhunters showed up to knock them around. The thugs won, however, and took solitude in our fortress. Hep went to investigate, and they're actually chill and low-key don't GAF. Some Empire officials greeted us at our new home and told us it was time to pay taxes. We didn't have no taxes money, so they gave us 3 days to move out. I went to work to hopefully get the money we owed, and my game crashed. We start exactly where the game left me off, with a collar around my neck that reads Desert Empire's bitch. I didn't know if I could still pay off the debt I had, but I had to try. Immediately, it occurred to me that I worked a dead-end job, and no later had it occurred to me that I didn't want to be caught dead with yet another excruciating mining session, so I cooked. And an idea struck me across the tip of my Abraham Lincoln. I'll kill people and sell their paraphernalia. I found some targets with little to lose, but I wanted to see if I was in over my giblets. I tested the water with a group of starving fragrants, because they stink. Who knew beating homeless people was so fun and easy? Oh, I did. Doing this aligns with the series' goal of eliminating all factions. In fact, I planned this from the very start. I need to drag out the gameplay for content, not because I didn't know what I was doing or how to play the game. We did this for about as long as Fernando wasn't the world's shittiest YouTuber and already made enough money to pay back the debt. We're gaining skills and money, and we're decreasing the hobo population, so why stop? During our crusade, Medic's faction armor exposed her as an imposter, causing a gang war. Well, not only that, but I was already wondering if I could sell Manhunter armor. The point is, the stew was about to have some beef added to the pot, and I was curious if the mystery gang, Guild of Heroes, could handle a militant force even if in a diddly-cum of quantity. They were no match for our girth and folded like a lawn chair after your fat-ass mom took a seat during the 4th of July barbecue. We took their stuff, sold it, and encountered a new face in the bar. Her name is Jewel, or was. We'll get to that. I anticipated a customization screen, but it never happened, just like Hunter Biden's crack orgies in the White House. We hosted our own BBQ at HQ. We had enough meat to last your mom through the winter, and the Peacekeepers showed up asking for donations. We gave them all the money we owed them, and they took it as a sign to skedaddle. With our debt paid, we went into town, and the feds wanted to search my pocket for stolen goods, which I'll admit I totally had, but like all corrupt government agencies, I could bribe them. I would hope that Jewel would stick around a little longer than Sandy did. Unfortunately, God had other plans, and just when I was optimistic about a zero deaths episode, I want to give a homunculus of a thank you to my very first patron, named Taken. They're a free patron, but number 1 is a milestone and cannot be replaced. Actually, none of you can be replaced. Without you, I wouldn't be here making these videos, albeit with a rather slow cooldown timer to release. Each and every one of you make the active decision to click on my shitty thumbnail, and I glaze you for it. I hope episode 5 was worth the wait. If you enjoyed this video or learned anything, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this video or learn anything, don't leave a like. My name is Past Normal. Have a good day.